Hello, welcome to TechWebDots. Today I'm going to discuss the Docker Lab actions, right? So in this lab we will cover the deployment of an application along with the creation of a .NET application, and in that we will be using Docker file and we will perform all the required operation. Let's move ahead without wasting time. So in this Docker lab we will create a .NET Hello World application. Okay, so for that we need a .NET command line interface, which is a cross-platform tool chain for developing, building, running and publishing .NET application. And the .NET CLI is included with .NET SDK. So if you want to have it, you just need to install .NET SDK. So you will get the link in the description of this video. For more information about how to install .NET SDK, see the given install .NET link. Okay, that I already said, you will get it. So how to create that? The process is very simple. You just use a few .NET CLI commands, .NET new console -o application that you wanted to create, and the name is .NET.docker. Then you go to the folder, you do the build, then you run it and you get the output. And by typing code space dot, you can just open your application in the Visual Studio Code editor. And in the main program.cs file, you will see there is a line written console.writeLine hello world. So we will see all these things in action. But before that, I just wanted to explain you. And the moment you type .NET publish, it will do the publish all the project files in the publish folder in the DLL and executable form, so that we can use it for in the container. So there is a link from where you can install the .NET SDK. If we talk about the Docker Essential commands point of view, so we have already discussed this file, the instructions written in this Docker file, how these work. So we just need to have this file in our solution, right? And basically what commands will work for us: Docker build for building the Docker file, and which will give us image, and then we can use the docker create command, which will create the container. But we can use the two-in-one command, which is docker run, which will create and also run the container. So run command is equal to create plus start as a single command, right? And rm is to delete the container when the container is in a stop state. Docker ps-a to see the containers running, docker start to start the container, stop for stopping, rm for removing, and there are many more commands, right? In this Docker lab, I have prepared three sections. On the left section, I have created one folder in my C drive. The name is demo. And on the right hand side, you can see I have some script that I will follow in this session. And on the bottom right hand part, you will see the terminal from where I will perform these Docker commands and the .NET CLI command in this folder. Creating a sample .NET application, creating a Docker file, creating image, creating container, running the container and test the container, and at the end we stop the container and we will remove it. Okay, so let's start one by one. Let me scroll down. Okay, so very first thing, we are creating one application, the sample console application, and the name we are giving here is the .NET Docker. But before that, let me check the version. So if you see the Docker version, which version I am using, the 28.0.1. If you see the .NET CLI version, which I am using, it is 8.0.402. Okay, now let's clear the screen. Okay, so very first thing, .NET, let me okay, this one is better. .NET new console application -o output will be in this subdirectory. Then the output will be in subdirectory, which is app, and the name of the application will be .NET.docker. Let me hit enter, and it will create the folder, the app, and underneath it will create a console application with the name .NET.docker. As we can see here, the output says the template console app was created successfully. Processing post creation actions, restoring the C demo app.NET Docker CS proj means C# project, determining project to restored project successfully in 146 millisecond, and restored succeed. So if you see on the left hand side, right, so we can see the app folder is created, the name we have given under this folder you will see the application got created and the name is dotnet.docker. Okay. Next, if you see, we can go inside the app folder. Let's go there. Let me follow this command. Okay. Now we are in the app folder. Now we wanted to build this application. What we will perform, the .NET build. .NET build. I hit enter, so it will check everything is there, all dependencies are present, and the build will be created. Okay, things are processing. The window size is small, but I hope I am trying to explain in real time how it looks like when you're performing all these actions. Okay, once the action is complete, we can see here the DLL is created. The name is .NET.docker.dll. Build succeed, zero warning and zero error, and the time elapsed in this. Okay, now we want to run this application. So simply we will run the command .NET space run. So let me try this. Hit enter and we'll see the result. See the hello world, it is the expected result from the application. Okay, next I want this application to be open in Visual Studio Code. So the shorthand syntax for that is you can just type code space dot, right, and you can see this file, the program.cs, where this print statement will be there, the hello world. Okay, let me type here code space dot and hit enter. It will open your Visual Studio Code. Okay, it's opening here. It can take few seconds, depend on the. Okay, I trust this author. Let me hit yes. Yes, I trust the author. So you can see the same application now open in Visual Studio Code. Right, things are getting initialized. So we can see bin folder is present here now. OBJ folder, the object folder is present now. If I click on program.cs, I see the print statement here, console.writeLine hello world, which was the output of our program. Okay, let me minimize it. Now let's go back here. Now what I want to publish this application. So the normal publish command is .NET publish -c release. So let me follow this command. Publish -c release. I want to publish this application in mode. Okay, so I just hit enter. Now on the release will create the required folder version of this application. Okay, meanwhile it is running. Let's see what is further that we want to perform. Other commands will be completely based on the Docker. Okay, we wanted to create a file. The name will be Docker file. Right, the command for the Docker file. So let's wait for the release to complete. Now we can see the release process is complete, right? And it also shows us what is the path of the release. It shows demo app bin release. We are in the demo app. Let's go in the bin folder, in the release folder. Then we have .NET 8, and this is our published content that we can see here, right? We have the Docker .NET.docker.dll. We have the exe as well, and the pdp are the debugging files. Okay, so we have our release content ready here. Okay, so what is next? Now we wanted to create a Docker file. Okay, we opened this project in the Visual Studio Code. Let's go back there. This is our Visual Studio Code. Let me add one file here. Let's select the file so it picks the right directory. So I am saying Docker file. This is what I wanted to create. I hit enter, symbol automatically picked, right? So we will use the same script that we have already discussed previously. Let me save this file and let's go back to my terminal. Let me minimize this one. Okay, now here we are back again. If I go to app folder, now I can see the Docker file that I have created through Visual Studio Code. Now which command will use this Docker file? The docker build command. Okay, so let me run up the docker build command here. Okay, we have apply here. It's docker build command, and we are in the root folder. We have already specified, and we wanted to give the name of this image. What name should be? Let's say is the HW instead of hello world image, right? The simple one. And file name we are providing dot, we need to specify in the current directory we are looking for this file. Let me hit enter. Okay, so what it will do, create the image for me from this docker file. This is what we already discussed. So we can see here process is started, multiple layers will be created in the backend, right? And after all the layers got created which are intact, that cannot be changed, on top of it the one writable layer will be created. And we have discussed this concept in our previous videos, and that's how we come to this point, right? So let's wait for a few moments till the time the whole image, the whole layers got completed and our image is ready. So let's wait for a few moments. So we can see the image that got created. Let's clear this screen now. Okay, and let's check the Docker images. So we can see multiple images. We can see those got created in our Docker desktop we have seen previously, and we should also see an image with the name hello world image, and we can see this one, right? The image that we created. If I maximize this screen, so you will be able to see. So let me minimize this screen. Okay, so let me keep it back at the right place. So we can see now image is created. So now you can see the next command is docker create. But there are two ways to create a container. One, we are creating the container and then we are starting it. And that there is a two-in-one command which is run command, which actually create and start the container both. Okay, so let me use this command for that. Control C. Okay, going to the terminal, docker run interactive mode, and here we need to provide our image name, which is our hello world image. Let me provide the name of the image, hello world. Okay, and I don't want to remove the container when it is stopped, and let me run this command. Okay, what this command will do is it will create the container, it will also start the container, both things. If you notice, the moment I run the container, I immediately got the message which is written in the program.cs, because this is what all we want from the console application. And same thing we can also verify from the Docker desktop as well. Let me show you in the Docker desktop how it looks like if we run it. If you notice, I can see the same container in my Docker desktop. What we wanted to verify, what is the behavior of running this container, right? If I run it, right, it says 4 minutes ago I ran it from the CLI terminal. If I run it once again, right, so what will happen? See, it's processing, saying it is exited, and the moment this container, it will show me what actually in the console application that we can get in the output. We can see the hello world in the log section. That is what the statement I wanted to write. And what's coming once again, execute this container from the CLI terminal, and second time we ran it from the Docker desktop. Let me try the command docker ps -a and hit enter. So it will display all the container which are running, right? Let me maximize this screen size because it is not going. Okay, hit enter once again. So we can see container id, image, right? So this is our container id, this is our image name, this is the command that we are running, and it is just 3 minutes ago, right? So now we have seen the container got created, and the moment we are running, it is giving the console output, right? So don't worry about any of the script, everything I will put it into the GitHub repo, and the link I will share in the description of this video, so no need to worry about it. Okay, so what is the remaining one? So we also wanted to, so we have seen the started container, we have seen the started container already, right? Now we wanted to stop the container, so simple command for that, docker stop and the container name. We have seen the auto name assigned to our container. Let me run this command. So it is giving this container is stop. Now if I wanted to remove it, so I can just simply use docker rm and hit enter. So now this container is removed, right? So if I again run the previous command docker ps-a, you will see that command is removed and we can see the another container but not the one which is using our image. Okay, but image will be there, right? Let me maximize this screen. Okay, and let me clear the screen first. Let me run this application once again. So you can see this is the another image, the existing container, but the one we have already removed, but the image is also there, right? If I can run, let me run docker image. So now we can see that our image, the hello world image, is still exist. Okay, okay, now let's minimize this screen now. So okay, so we have run all these commands, we have created the image, we have created a docker file, we have also seen the container running and the output of it, right? And we have also removed the running container as well, right? We can also verify it. How? We can go to the docker desktop application and we have also seen through docker ps-a image. So we will also understand how the management of the container looks like.